Voy a hacer la conversación todo rápida.
If you are here to talk about Benezia's death, you need not...
Don't pretend it doesn't bother me.
She was. But she was not.
I blame
We
Sarah.
have enough Benezia chose her path, just as I have chosen mine. I am with you until the end.
Do you know why Benezia...
Benezia was... But I will remember and honor how she lived. Not how she... We were the first species to discover the Citadel. We were instrumental in forming the Council, and we always strive to be the voice of peaceful cooperation in galactic disputes. My people believe we are all part of a single galactic community. Each species contributes something to the greater whole. Although we seek to understand other species, it seems few of them seek to understand us. The galaxy is filled with rumors and misinformation about my people.
Do you know why...
But I will remember and honor how she lived.
Are you going to be okay?
You are kind to ask, Shepard. I do miss her, and I grieve for what happened to her. But I will not let my grief interfere with what we are trying to accomplish.
Tío, voy a darle aquí a esto.
Tell me about yourself, Liara.
Me? I am afraid I am not very interesting, Commander. I spend most of my time on remote digs, unearthing mundane items buried in long-forgotten Prothean ruins.
Sounds dangerous. And lonely.
Sometimes I would run afoul of indigenous life forms or stumble across a small band of mercenaries or privateers, but I was always careful. Until the Geth followed me to Artemis Tau, I never found myself in any situation my biotics could not handle. As for the solitude, well, that is one aspect that most appealed to me. Sometimes I just need to get away from other people.
He hecho bien en cargar porque ahora estamos sacando nuevos hilos de conversación. A veces necesito alejarme de la gente. ¿Por qué?
You don't like other people?
I suppose it comes from being a matriarch's daughter. People expected me to follow in Benezia's footsteps. They wanted me to become a leader of our people. Matriarchs guide their followers into the future. They seek the truth of what is yet to come. Maybe that's why I became so interested in the secrets of the past. It sounds so foolish when I say it out loud. It sounds like I became an archaeologist simply to spite Benezia.
No es ninguna tontería.
All children rebel against their parents. It's a natural part of growing up.
Aha, you share the wisdom of the matriarch, Shepard. That is exactly what Benezia said when I told her of my decision. But there was more to it than that. I felt drawn to the past. The Protheans were these wondrous, mysterious figures. I wanted to know everything about them. That is why I find you so fascinating. You were marked by the beacon on Eden Prime. You were touched by working Prothean technology.
Oh, soy fascinante.
Sounds like you want to dissect me in a lab somewhere.
What? No, I did not mean to insinuate. I never meant to offend you, Shepard. I only meant that you would be an interesting specimen for an in-depth study. No, that's even worse.
Me cae bien. Tiene un carácter
Calm down, Liara.
tan dulce.
I was only joking.
Joking? Oh, by the goddess, how could I be so dense? You must think I am a complete and utter fool. Now you know why I prefer to spend my time in the field with data disks and computers. I always seem to say something embarrassing around other people. Please, just pretend this conversation never happened.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
En el anterior Mass Effect, bueno, en mi partida anterior, esta fue la pareja de Shepard en el videojuego, mi pareja, lo que elegí como pareja, y está muy guay, tío. Está muy guay tenerla de pareja. Pero en este no va a serlo. Con Kaidan ya hablé también, ¿no? Sí. Ahora voy a hablar con Garrus todo deprisa para que me dé las coordenadas del Doctor Corazón. Qué graciosa Liara, tío. El mejor carácter. Me encanta. Una jovenzuela. Pero con garruto deprisa, venga. Vamos a ver.
Commander, good to see you. You've been with CSEC a while. Have you seen much action?
Well, not as much as you, but yeah, I've seen some interesting things.
I'll bet you have.
I remember that case was a bit disturbing.
What happened?
I was
Why were
tasked with but we usually get a few of those, but not the numbers I was seeing. We weren't sure if
So
it
what was it?
both, actually. But it took us a while to figure that out. First, after a bit of... So we went to his lab, hoping to find evidence of cloned organisms.
You're kidding, right?
Some Krogan believe that it doesn't work. Somebody's making a killing out there.
What did you do about the geneticists?
I brought in some of his employees. While I was interviewing one of them, I came
You mean
across-
threatening?
Maybe. I ordered a... That was our big brain. These people weren't just Dr. Saleon.
He was growing parts inside.
Sometimes an organ wouldn't grow properly, so he'd just leave it in.
I hope he got what he deserved.
That's the worst part. We never caught him.
Why not?
But then, by the time I found out, his ship was already leaving. He threatened to kill
But you went after him anyway, right?
I ordered Citadel defense. They were... I told them those hostages were dead anyway. We just used...
No wonder you hated it there.
Yes, they did. All they had to do was disable that ship, stop him from running. Maybe the hostages died.
A few casualties is a small...
Yeah, just wish I could have stopped him. That's all.
Do you have any idea what happened to Dr. Saleon?
He changed... I got the transponder frequency for his...
I'll check out the coordinates.
I was hoping you'd say that. But Commander, take me with you when you go. If it's Saleon, I'm gonna be there when you find him.
Bueno, hora de ligar con Ashley. Vamos a salvar.
Oh, before I go, you said you're serving with Commander Shepard now?
Tell me you didn't hear that.
Afraid I did.
Oh, shoot. One of my sisters. That's Sarah, the youngest. Surprised to see you here, sir. Thought you'd be chatting up, what's her name? Tisoni?
Ha cambiado la conversación. Comandante, no espera verte aquí. Creía que estaría hablando con... como diablo se llame. Está celosa. ¿Habéis visto cómo ha cambiado la conversación? Porque habla más con Liara. Cuando he intentado ligar con Liara... Qué fuerte, tío. El juego este está lleno de sorpresas. Un traguito de agua. Sony. ¿Por qué dices eso?
Liara, why would you think that?
Scuttlebutt says you got a bit of a thing for her. I could understand why. The crew's off limits with the regs against fraternization. And at least she looks like a woman.
You think I'm interested in Liara because she's the only one I'm allowed to date?
So you are interested in her. Of course, it could be politics. Alien diplomat's daughter, us under orders to make nice with the bug-eyed monsters. What's up? You didn't come by to eavesdrop on family mail.
¿Qué le digo, tío?
Your family seems to be important to you.
Yeah, we've always been close. Me and my sisters especially. With Dad on duty so much, I had to help Mom raise them.
Vamos a hablar de su madre. De su casa. De su madre.
What about your mother? You haven't mentioned her.
You must know what military wives are like. Strong because they have to be, able to raise kids while Dad's away on a 6-month cruise. She has a degree in planetary geology. She and Dad both wanted to see new worlds. She gave up her career to raise us, though.
You have more than one sister? Sounds like a big family.
Yeah, I'm the oldest, then Abby, then Lynn. Sarah's the youngest. She's still in high school. With 4 girls, Dad used to say he felt more outnumbered at home than on maneuvers.
Where did you grow up?
All over. We transferred a half a dozen times before I finished grade school. You go where personnel command sends you, right? I guess that's why I'm so tight with my sisters. We'd have to leave all our friends.
No sé
every
por qué a
2 or
veces me da
3
la
years.
sensación de que esta personaje está inspirada en la actriz Sandra Bullock.
Did your father serve with the fleet?
Yeah, took any crap posting you could get that offered space time. You know what? He worked his ass off trying to get recognized. He was real proud when I made chief. First
Ya
thing he
hemos
did
visto
was
las 3
salute.
cositas. Vamos a ver.
After helping raise them, your sisters still talk to you? Amazing.
Things were tense between Sarah and me for a while. Then we bonded.
Sounds like a story. Feel like sharing?
Sarah got herself a boyfriend who wanted to go faster than she did, Mike. I didn't think he was a bad kid, just pushy. Lynn would send me these worried vid mails, and I'd tell her to relax.
Hostia, tío, qué fuerte. Un no es un no. Este juego tiene 10 años, tío. Un no es un no. Cambio algo, las chicas son así. Vid mails.
Where were you when this was going on?
I was on active duty. Sarah's graduating high school this year. This was only a couple of years back. They were on Amaterasu. At the time, I was assigned to Chernobog. Same cluster, but a dozen LY away. Close
Una
enough to
docena de
talk
años luz.
regularly, too far to make it back in an emergency. I couldn't afford a fast packet flight.
Sounds like that situation didn't last.
Mike thought they'd go for a romantic walk in the woods, because he figured it was past time they did the deed. She left Mike face first into a tree and left. Didn't have a scratch on her. Good thing Mom and Dad had us all learn some kind of self-defense. I took emergency leave and walked Sarah to school for a few days.
Qué dedicación.
Why didn't you tell the police?
She said it wouldn't solve the real problem, and she and Mike would both become household names. It was a small colony. I said it was her call to make, that we should let her do it her way. Mom was pretty pissed about that.
You said all of your sisters learned self-defense?
Lynn did pistol practice, but didn't like it. She's kind of nervous. Sarah took Aikido. Abby decided to learn the sword. She always was a little weird. Likes big skirts and tops you have to tie her into. They do great things to her figure, though.
¿Y tú? ¿Tontorrona?
So, what did you learn?
One of Dad's friends taught me Marine hand to hand.
You said all of your sisters learned self-defense?
Ah, bueno, esto es lo mismo de
Lynn
antes.
did pistol. They do great things to her figure, though.
You traveled all the way home to walk your sister to school.
It was only a dozen light years, like a day's cruise. It's not like I was going to Earth or something. My last day out, Mike was waiting for us. Sarah had told her friends, so everyone at school knew what he did. He wasn't happy. I wanted to snap him in half, but Sarah gave me this look, this let me handle it, I need to do this alone look. She kept her cool, God bless her, as he screamed in her face. She just let him vent. Then he tried to punch her. I swear, she just flowed around him. Next thing I knew, he's face down on the sidewalk, and there's blood everywhere.
Wow. Una buena paliza. Voy a hacerme el flipado. No conocía esta historia.
That's unbelievable. Sarah must be as good as you.
Better. I'm more or less a straight-up puncher.
Mm.
When he swung, she wasn't there anymore, and he fell. She helped him stop the bleeding and had me call an ambulance. She told the paramedics he fell. Before they took him to the hospital, Mike touched Sarah's arm. I thought he was gonna end up on the ground again. But he hung his head, whispered, "I'm sorry," and started crying. And she hugged him. The Williams women are a decisive bunch, Commander. We do things when we're ready. Not before, not after.
Joder, ¿qué digo? ¿Dónde estaba tu padre? Ya que había dicho. Esto.
Where was your father during this? Wasn't your family stationed near him?
Dad always wanted to serve in space, but he wanted us to have real ground under our feet. He'd say, space is beautiful, but you can't raise a family there. I cannot rest from travel.
Quiero beber la vida hasta las heces.
All times I've enjoyed greatly, have suffered greatly, both with those that and for always roaming with a hungry
Sí, ya
heart.
sé.
Much have I seen and known, cities of men and manners, climates, councils, governments.
I never thought I'd hear you reciting poetry.
Just because I can drill you between the eyes at 100 meters doesn't mean I can't like sensitive stuff. Just don't spread it around. Ulysses was my dad's favorite poem. Every time he shipped out, he recorded me reading it. He had a dozen versions when he retired.
Does he still like it?
I sure hope so. Dad
Oh.
so behave.
He's not a zombie, is he?
You know, from heaven, wherever that is. That's not a problem with you, is it? That I believe in God?
Everyone has the right to believe what they want. Says so in the Alliance Charter. Only with fancier words.
I'm glad you're open-minded about it. I've met a few people who are really weirded out by my... Hello, have you people looked out the window? How can you... I should get back to my duties. Didn't mean to take up so much of your time.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
You mean the Rachni, right? They were dangerous, Skipper. They proved that 2,000 years ago. You made the right decision, Skipper. You know, you really should talk to Tasson. Just saying, Skipper.
We'll talk later, Williams.
Looking forward to it, Skipper.
Bien, guapa, bien.
What do you want, Shepard?
Why did you become a mercenary?
Lots of reasons.
Such as?
Such as, I needed to get out of our system. I needed to eat. I needed to survive.
Alienígena de pocas palabras.
Why not stay and help your people?
I tried to help. That's why I had to leave.
Eso me recuerda un poco a mí.
What happened?
I was betrayed. I was head of a small tribe. We were trying to restore order after the war, but the other tribes were against us. They followed Jared, one of the few warlords who survived the war with the Turians. But he was old, and so were his ideas. He wanted to continue the war. He wanted us to fight. Turians, Solarians, each other. It didn't matter who, as long as we were fighting.
What did you want?
I just wanted Jared to shut up, to stop his ranting. I wanted him to stop leading the tribes astray. But he couldn't understand how much things had changed. We didn't have the numbers to go to war. Even if we did, the genophage made sure we couldn't replenish our numbers fast enough. I told them all to forget about war. We needed to focus on breeding, at least for one generation. And for a while, we were getting through. some of the tribes started coming around.
¿Qué le pasó? ¿Qué le pasó al viajales?
I take it the warlord didn't appreciate that.
No, he didn't. He arranged a crush with the tribes. A meeting on neutral ground. He wanted to talk. We met at the Hollows, near the graves of our ancestors. The skulls of our dead laid bare to remind us where we come from, and where we all go. It's as sacred as any Krogan place can be. Violence is forbidden.
It sounds like a trap to me. You must have suspected as much.
I did. But when your father invites you to a crush, well, there are some laws that even we hold sacred.
¿Y Arro era su padre?
Jared was your father?
He was. Until that day. We talked, but we didn't get anywhere. When it was clear that I wouldn't join him, he gave the signal. His men leapt from the graves of our ancestors like Krogan undead. The few that were loyal to me died quickly. I escaped with my life, but not before I sank my dagger deep into my father's chest. That is why I left, and that's why I'll never go back.
Todos tienen unos traumas con los padres,
You
tío.
must have family other than your father. Don't you miss them?
You trying to make me cry, Shepard? I've got some unfinished business with my family, but that's all.
What kind of business?
Está hasta las pelotas.
Before I left, I made an oath to my father's father.
Su abuelo.
I swore to recover my family's battle armor. It was taken from him after the uprising.
What's so important about this armor?
It's a relic. Useless, really. But it was worn by 5 generations of my family before the war. It's rightfully mine. Originally, it was taken by the Turian military. We weren't allowed armor or weapons after the war. Now, it's in the hands of Taun Actus, a Turian scum who collects relics from the war. He's made millions selling Krogan artifacts that were stolen from my people. He's got several bases where he stores his goods, all fortified and guarded. I just don't know which base has my family's armor.
Pues venga.
Just tell me where to start looking.
I'll upload the data to your nav system. But Commander, I want to be there when you find him.
So long, Rex.
Perfecto. Así que Garrus quiere darle estopa al Doctor Corazón y este quiere recuperar su armadura. La armadura del abuelo. ¿Qué hay ahí? Ah, vale, porque ahí tengo para... Vale. Bueno, ahora voy a salvar. Y vamos a hablar con Patito. A ver, Patito.
Shepard, I'm glad you're here.
Me alegra que estés aquí.
Good to see you smiling again, so to speak.
I'm sleeping much better now. I guess I'm getting used to how quiet your ship is. I still think a lot about my pilgrimage, though. I know Steren's our top priority, but with all the worlds we go to, I was hoping to find something to bring back to the flotilla.
¿Cómo qué?
What are you hoping to find?
Usually, people bring back something like a derelict ship we can use for salvage. But I need something bigger. There's a lot expected of me.
¿Por qué?
What's so special about you?
It's my father. He's the senior member of the Admiralty Board. He's one of only 5 people who can overrule the decisions of the Conclave for the good of the migrant fleet. My father is responsible for the lives of 17 million people. Our entire race is in his hands, and I'm his only child.
Patito es una princesita. En mis manos hay billones.
So are you some kind of heir to the Quarian throne or something?
No, it doesn't work that way. My father's position isn't hereditary. I'll probably never serve on the Admiralty Board myself. Officially, I'm just the same as any other citizen. But it doesn't work that way in practice. People have always treated me differently because of who my father is.
You must get all kinds of special privileges.
I probably had it easier than most growing up, but it's not all good. People like my father have enemies, and they're not above using me to get to him.
It must be tough on you.
My people place a high value on family and ancestry. There's an unspoken expectation that I'll live up to my father's example. Everyone's waiting for me to do something great on my pilgrimage, something that will forever change our lives for the better. If I don't, it's like I failed, and that reflects badly on both me and my father.
¿Y salvamos la galaxia?
The work you're doing here is more important than anything any Quarian has ever done before.
Yes, I know. But you have to understand Quarian culture. We're a very insular society. The events beyond the flotilla don't much matter to the average citizen. Our greatest dream is that one day we'll return to our homeworld and drive out the Geth. But even if we stop Saren, that's not going to happen. There's still millions of Geth behind the veil. Until they're gone, our exile will continue.
¿Y cuál?
What would you need to bring back to make everyone happy?
Something that would help us better understand the Geth. They've changed significantly since the exile. They've continued to evolve. We've done our best to study them, but it's not easy. They're very reclusive. Until recently, they never went beyond the borders of the Veil. And all the Geth we run into now are under Saren's control. We'd need to find Geth operating on their own, independently. But I don't want this to get in the way of our mission, Shepard. First, we stop Saren. Then I'll worry about my own problems.
What was your father like?
It wasn't easy growing up as the daughter of one of the Admiralty. Even before he joined the board, he was a prominent figure. People looked to him for leadership. He had to set an example, and he expected the same of his daughter. Plus, he was pretty strict, a military man through and through. He never allowed me to settle for anything less than excellence. As a kid, I sometimes felt like he was pushing me too hard. But now I'm old enough to appreciate what he taught me. The world doesn't owe us anything. If we want something in life, we have to earn it.
Where was your mother in all this?
Mother was around, but she always seemed to kind of blend into the background. Almost like she was overshadowed by my father. He tends to do that to people. She passed on about 5 years ago. Some airborne virus that swept through the fleet. Happens sometimes when the filters start to break down.
Pobrecilla.
I think my father took it pretty hard. After she was gone, he became even more focused on his work. I think that was his way of dealing with the grief.
Sounds like a tough upbringing. You don't resent your father at all?
Like I said, it wasn't easy. My father's not the kind of person you bond with. And he wasn't around all that much. Too busy. People counted on him, and he took his duties seriously. Even when he was around, he always seemed a bit distant. Like his mind was always somewhere else. Come to think of it, I can't ever remember seeing him smile. Not once. It's like he was always weighed down by all that responsibility. I mean, I know he cares about me, but he never really showed it, not in the usual way. I guess the best thing I can say about my father is that I respect him.
Ay, tengo una tripulación que es de putísima madre. Súper comprensivo, en fin.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
Esto es un tema que ya hemos hablado.
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us, unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents
Sí,
to have
esto sí
more
lo hemos
than...
hablado ya
Of
en
course, we
otro...
also can't allow our... In extreme cases of population decline.
I want to talk about
Like what?
something.
De esto ya hemos hablado todo, así que nada.
I should go.
See you later.
Venga, patito.
Something I can do for you, Commander.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye.
Bueno, ¿me queda alguien con quien hablar? Ya he hablado con todos, ¿no? Caída, Liara... ¿Tendrá Joker algo que decir al respecto?
Boy, am I glad to be off of Novaria. I don't know which was worse, the cold or the corporations. One will freeze your balls off, the other will sell them out from under you. With all due respect, Commander.
I like to know my crew. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
I can see where this is going. You want me at top of my class in flight school? I earned that. All those commendations in my file?
I'm sorry, Joker. I didn't even know you were sick.
You mean you didn't know? Oh, crap. Okay, I've got... Even with...
Esto ya lo sé
Put
yo,
the
que
Normandy in my hands and I'll make her dance for you. Just don't ask me to get up and dance unless, you know,
no
you
tiene
like the
nada que
sound
decir.
of snapping.
I have to go.
All right, see ya.
Bueno, hemos hecho un vistazo al diario.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
Joder. Bueno, vamos a equipar bien a nuestros colegas. ¿En serio? ¿Tengo esto? ¿La Thunder? Claro que me la quedo. Vamos a ver. Escopeta. Escopetón, la mejor. Me la quedo. Para mí, lo mejorcito. Pistola me da igual. No la uso. Francotirador me da igual. No lo uso. No lo uso. Venga, siguiente. Kaidan, ¿con qué es bueno Kaidan? Sin entrenamiento, con pistola. Kaidan es bueno solo con pistola. Grex, menos pistola. Vale, Grex es como yo. Kaidan solo pistolas, ¿no? Vale, pues. Kaidan te va a dar la mejor pistolaca. A ver. Bueno, la verdad que no sé si darte una mierda, Kaidan, porque, en fin. Prefiero darle a este. Vamos a ver. Armadura. Ninguna. Buen fusil de asalto para ti. Y sí, imitar. Sí. Yes. Vale. Es que he vuelto aquí a Noveria porque quiero terminar una misión que tenemos aquí. Ya con el nivel que he ganado, yo creo que ya puedo seguir hablando con el tío ese. ¿Se acordará de la conversación?
Now, where were we? I have to admit, it surprised me that you were here for business. There are many development projects on Noveria, some not entirely.
No me dejan, tío. Bueno, voy a terminar esto de alguna manera.
Does Binary Helix have any less than above board projects? I'll keep my source confidential.
Certainly not. Our corporate reputation is sterling. I can assure you all of Binary Helix's operations on Noveria are strictly on the level.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind.
I'm sorry, Mr. Vargas. That's a call I have to take. Thank you for your time.
Of course, Commander Shepard. We look forward to doing business with you.
Any results?
Your toy did its job.
Excellent. I will transfer 500 credits to your account.
I could easily call Mr. Vargas and tell him what I just did.
Did I say 500 credits? I meant 750. Good day, Spectre.
Bien, vamos a terminar la misión. Vale. ¿Nos queda algo que hacer en Nuberia? Bueno, sí. En su tienda, en la tienda... Creo que la tienda estaba en la ciudadela. Bueno, está claro que de misiones la tenemos todas completadas, menos esta, la de Feroz, que es una colonia humana que está siendo atacada por los Geth. Así que creo que ahora toca... toca hacer tareas.